Dame, you've said before that winning MVP is important to you. Why is that? And then also, do you think this is one of your most valuable performances since you've been as a whole this season, since you've been in the NBA?
Yeah, I think it probably is. I mean, the best players win MVP. And I think what you see is those players have a heavy load. They take a lot of responsibility in wins and losses for their team. And, they're the players that are showing up night after night. The games that are on TV, the games not on TV, dealing with injuries, all those things, and just putting together performances and playing at that level, but also empowering the team, and giving the team that spark and, pushing the team to win. And I think this year, everything that we've been dealing with injuries, we've got, our starting five in the last few years has been Nurk, Zach, CJ, me, and another wing or something, of that sort. So the fact that those three guys have been out for an extended period, and it hasn't been all me, I don't think it's just been I've done everything, but I think obviously without CJ, I'm gonna have more responsibility. Without Nurk, it's gonna be more responsibility, more communication, more just recognizing moments and trying to lead our team to win games still. Even if that's putting GT in a position to be successful or taking the back seat to Melo, just, a lot of things that you got to be aware of and that you got to take action when you recognize it. that can impact your team winning. I think I've been on top of that, and also playing through my own injuries. So I think that's what you see in MVPs. And, obviously I think, I see myself as the top of the league. I'm one of the best players in this league. And I feel like I'm on that level, and the way our team is playing, given our circumstances, makes it even more obvious to me.
We've seen you kind of have to deal with circumstances, as you said before, leading this team to the playoffs when you have a big deficit, playing through injuries and stuff. Do you feel like you have evolved or, drawn off that experience this year? Are you using your experience and kind of dealing with adversity in leading this team?
Yeah, I have. And I think the main thing is in the past, I would have probably taken it more upon myself to, maybe score more or dominate the ball a little more, or, whatever the case may be in that space. But this year I've been like, I spend a lot of time in the gym. I'm in Portland in the summer, and I see GT in the gym. I work out with me and Ant, train with the same guy in the summer. I've seen Nas in the gym in the summer. Me and Ennis, we text, we talk, we in touch. Me and Melo, we text. And it's like this year, I feel like my approach hasn't been so much to just take it upon myself as much as it's been about giving other guys the stage and showing that belief in them, and giving them a chance to do what they do. There's a lot of talent in the league. We got a lot of talent on our team, but guys need experience, and they need, the people who they watch the most to show faith in them and to give them the stage to show that, to sink or swim, to show what they can do and to show if they can help the team. And this year I've taken it upon myself to an extent, but I've also showed GT a lot of love and attention in that way, where it's like, if you open, I'm giving it to you. If you get going, I'm gonna call a play to keep you going. And when you get in the game, you be the one. You call the plays. If you open, I'm gonna get it to you. And it's like today in the game, Ennis was like, throw it to me on the block. I was like, all right, we came and threw it to him on the block. Whereas in the past, I might have been like, looked at the time and score and been like, whatever. But he was scoring on the block, so I went and threw it to him on the block. Melo say, let's fist out for it, me and you right here. Let's do it. So I think when guys, they feel that genuine care and that genuine belief from me, I think I figured out that you get more from it. When guys play with confidence and they'll go harder, and you're able to keep the team on the same page and focused on winning more. And I think that's just been the evolution for me so far this season.
Tim McMahon, ESPN.
Dame, when you see there's not a double team coming on that possession where you hit the step back to take the lead, what's going through your mind?
I actually was expecting them to. Usually end of quarters or end of games, if I'm up top by myself or in the slot by myself, sometimes they'll just run a guy at me. And they did it a few times tonight, but we were just trying to make Luka and Porzingis guard, down the stretch, and they were just blowing up the pick and roll. Sometimes they would just, hard show, or they would trap and stay longer. So Melo was going to set it, and I was just like, get out. Let me just have it. Just let me have the top. And once I realized, he sat down in a stance like he was, going to have a good possession on defense, and it's what you expect from defenders in this league. But I noticed that they weren't going to double, and I was like, it's going to be a one-on-one. And I got the shot that I wanted. I got a clean look, and in my mind, I was like, all right, if this is what it's going to be, I'm fine with this possession.
And then when Luka gets the look that he had at the end, what are you thinking?
I was like, man, we just talked about, not allowing them to get this shot up. We wanted to force the ball, more towards half court and, maybe let a second or two go off and then take a foul and up three, get them 2 free throws. They was out of timeouts, and then they would have to foul. We go to the line, make 2, or even if we didn't, they couldn't advance the ball, and they would have, it would have been a long shot for them to win it. But when I saw that, I was just like, man, of course, something like this would happen. But I think we earned this win. When you play the kind of game that we played, and you up against what we had been up against throughout the game, it's rewarding in the end, and it came back to us.
Casey Holdall, Trailblazers.com.
Damian, you guys were trailing going into the half. Third quarter, you guys come out outscored by, I think, 15, and it seemed like you guys had an edge to you in that third quarter. Why was that? I
mean, we just felt like it was a really unfortunate first half for us. We came out playing well to start the game, and then it just seemed like everything, we just couldn't do anything right. Everything was foul here, foul there, and then we going down, and we felt like we weren't getting the whistle. But it was like, all right, now what? So we came out the locker room, and it was like, we're not going to complain. We're not going to, come out here and act like, something is being taken away from us. If we're going to win this game, we got to go take it. And, I think that was the energy that we had to start the second half, and that's ultimately what changed the game, what won us the game.
Got time for a couple more. Dwight James, NBC Sports Northwest.
Hey, Dame, the season's been all about how many guys Carmelo has passed on that list of scorers. But when you look back at this game, I think you might think a little more about that pass he made later to Jones for the easy basket. What did you think of that play?
It was a great play. I mean, we just got done laughing about it because I think it was a 1-point game, and I'm standing at the top of the key, and they ran a double team at me, and I passed it to Melo, and I was just waiting for some time to go off, and I was going to get the ball back and then attack. But Nate Tibbetts is on our end of the bench yelling out, "Dame, get the ball." He's like yelling at me, like, "Get the ball, get the ball." And then I hear one of their assistants like, "If you get it back, trap him." So me and Melo like make eye contact, and Melo just like smiled at me because we both thinking like we hear both of them yelling. And then, as that was happening, he ripped through and he started to attack. And, a guy stepped up. DJ is great at, cutting on that baseline and working the baseline. And Melo made a hell of a pass and he finished it, But I think in those situations, we got to be able to trust each other and count on each other. And, Melo with the ball in that situation, he's been doing it 18 years. He's been the number one option for a long time. So it wasn't like he was uncomfortable or I was uncomfortable with, him being the person that had it, and I didn't end up getting it back. So, it was a great play, and it was a winning play.
It's funny, though, without fans in the arena, how much more you guys are hearing, it seems like.
Yeah, I was standing there, and Nate was just like, "Dame, get the ball." And I, looked at him, and I can hear the assistant right in front of us, like, "If he get it back, double him." And I'm like, man, what is going on out here? And then Melo just, he ripped through, made the play, so.
Last question, Nick Krupke, Fox 12.
Damn, I guess you kind of figured it was going to be a good night when you saw Robert lose his warm-up pants in the dunk line.
Yeah, that was funny, man. I told him if he gotta work that hard and strain his leg muscles that hard to dunk, he shouldn't be doing it. You know, if his pants gonna be popping off like that. So we all had a good laugh about that. Damn, I got a knot on my head, on top of my head, bro. You didn't even call it, bro.
Get some ice.
I ain't had a knot on my head since I was 10 years old.